break in Cincinnati as the Raiders fall 26-19 to the Bengals in the wild card round. Welcome into Raiders Game Day, presented by America First Credit Union. Erin Coscarelli alongside my guys. I got my former Raider QB, Bruce Gradkowski, in the house.
That's right.
My lockdown corner, Eric Allen. Gentlemen, it is good to see you. Yes. I wish over better terms, not the result we wanted, but initial takeaway. Bruce?
Yeah, definitely not the result we wanted, but man, you have to be so proud of this Raiders football team. I mean, to think where we were a month ago when we were here after the Chiefs game and thinking, man, is this possible? And boom, they go on a run the last month to get into the playoffs and make this happen. And they fought all game long. It's unfortunate the ending, but man, you got to be proud of this group.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot like the season, though. You know, some ups and downs, but at the end of the game, just like the end of the season, Raiders were right where they wanted to be with a chance to get themselves to overtime. Just unfortunate, kind of ran out of time. But you can look at this football team, leadership-wise, they're in really good hands. And congratulations to Rich Bisaccia, just kind of remolding this team, making it a running football team the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, and then leading them to 10 wins this season. I'm really excited and happy about the future for this football team.
A great silver lining, definitely, from you gentlemen. It came down to the final moments of this game. The Raiders never let off the gas, right, gentlemen? We do have a lot to get to on today's show. In fact, here is what's on tap for you folks at home. We are serving you up some game highlights, some first half, second half highlights. Of course, we're going to give you player coach reaction. Of course, we're talking to Darren Waller. Immediate game reaction from him. And of course, we're going to show you a season recap. We've got a lot to celebrate. Not the result we wanted tonight, but certainly an impressive season, absolutely, from the Silver and Black. But let's take you through how this game got started in Cincinnati. Of course, both fan bases wanting a big playoff win. Haven't gotten one in a while. And Zay Jones showing up big when needed.
Man, possession receiver, once he kind of turned the corner, understood his role, man, he really flourished with Derek Carr.
I mean, great opening drive to get points on the board. That place was going nuts, man.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
I played in Cincy. That atmosphere has not been like that.
Yeah.
So great start for the Raiders.
Yeah, great game script. Raiders first on the board, 3-0. How are they going to respond? We want to slow these guys down.
Yeah, these two were definitely a problem here. Jamar Chase, big day today. Joe Mixon, for the most part, under 3 yards a carry, so defensively did a pretty good job. But it was just a little bit too much Joe Burrow. A lot of confidence, great throws right in the middle of the football field.
And in the red zone, tight windows. Got to make quick, decisive decisions and be accurate, and he was right there.
We definitely struggle against the big tight ends. You saw C.J. Uzomah there, Bengals up 7-3, and that's not good.
Yeah, that pressure, that blind pressure from outside. Sometimes we talk about quarterbacks feeling that pressure, moving in the pocket. We know DC has the ability to get out the way. That time just wasn't able to kind of feel that pressure.
And Waller got caught up on his route a little bit. Carr was trying to get to the flat, but not enough time.
I mean, and you know what? The defense bails us out there, though. Only had a field goal result of that. Didn't get a touchdown scored thanks to our red zone defense. Jamar Chase with a 26-yard catch.
Never made him feel uncomfortable, it seemed like today. He was always kind of in rhythm. Both him and Burrow, both in rhythm. Back shoulder fade, very difficult to defend.
How about an explosive run from number 28?
I always get scared on those when the defense is chasing him from behind.
Yeah, get
like,
that
hold on to that ball.
Right, yeah. But he had a really explosive, some explosive plays today. Was really on his game, Josh was.
Mr. Clutch through the uprights. Raiders down by 7.
How do you defend that?
Be honest.
How do you defend that?
You really don't. You really don't.
I'll be honest. When I see a linebacker's back of his helmet, I am throwing it down the middle to my tight end, and that's what Burrow does.
I hear the whistle from here. I hear that whistle. I hear that whistle.
No, it was made after the catch, didn't you know?
I heard that whistle.
Yeah, a whistle was blown, but they did decide to give Tyler Boyd the touchdown. Brian Edwards with a 19-yard catch right there.
Yes, we like Brian to do, be able to catch those routes, get some yards after the catch, accept that contact.
Hey, you know what? Carr has some wheels.
Yeah, you'd love to see this.
Love this. Awesome.
A 20-yard scramble from number 4.
This was a great end of the half drive. The Raiders needed this, and Carr, that was a big run by him.
Absolutely. And Zay Jones, yet again, coming up big.
And again,
Contested catches,
really,
there.
Just outstanding job. These two have a great relationship together. Zay Jones really making big-time plays.
Well, you'll appreciate that, how the DB was fighting through that catch, but Zay Jones, big, strong hands to hold on to that thing.
You got to have confidence, throw that ball in there to Zay Jones when it's covered like that.
I mean, look, we talked earlier, you were mentioning it, Joe Burrow came out swinging, looked confident. Halftime, down by 7, what's the message to the team?
Hey, let's stay steady here. I mean, we know the mistakes we made. There's some penalties we want to take back, some unfortunate plays. Let's stay the course. And that's what I love about this Raiders team, man. They kind of fought all the way through the end. That second half, to get that touchdown on the board heading to halftime was huge.
And then, guys, there have been so many examples of us being in this situation previous times before, at halftime, at the end of games. No panic in the locker room. Just want to come out, sustain drives, understand you got to get a couple stops offensively, run the football effectively, put yourself in situations in the red zone where you need to get 7 points, not 3.
Well, they were down by 7 points, needed a touchdown to tie the game. Let's take you through how the second half turned out. And, of course, Jamar Chase, yet again, this rookie has such a bright future.
It really felt like they were just using the passing game to kind of supplement their lack of running game. Keep the clock going. It was like nice, easy throws in the middle of the football field, really difficult to stop.
Our second half highlights brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare and a catch by Hunter Renfrow. Unfortunately,
we were watching that together.
Yeah, unbelievable play by that
catch.
safety. I mean, to be able to get the ball out, Hunter's just such clutch. But then again, Max Crosby saves the day.
That was huge. That was like the play of the second half.
Yes.
To get the Raiders the ball back to stay in this football game.
And Derek Carr finding his deep threat in Deshaun Jackson. Unfortunately, penalties were an issue, you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Penalties really hurt us this game. And like the latter part of the season, you can't continue to have these penalties really stall your drives.
A couple of third down catches by Mr. Renfrow himself to put the Raiders in some good positioning. They go for it on 4th and 3rd. Foster Moreau draws the PI, and Carlson makes the 34-yard field goal.
I mean, he's clutch.
Oh, man. I mean, so
Mr.
good.
Consistent.
Yeah, just so good.
Consistently consistent. That's what you want. On 3rd and 7,
I'm yelling at the refs now. This is a big-time push-off by Jamar Chase. Can't let him have that in a playoff game.
You know, I don't know. Those two have such good chemistry that they feel that. What a good back shoulder pass, and it led to this field goal.
Yeah, but again, defense stepping up, forcing him to kick a field goal opposed to getting 7.
Darren Waller, most targeted receiver in this game by Derek Carr, 2nd and 10.
Yeah,
gets the first down.
accuracy's there, the confidence in your receiver going to be able to come down with the catch.
4th quarter, 4th and 5. Deshaun Jackson gets the first down.
And again, that would have been his second big catch, but you see how he can really help your offense get those explosive plays.
I just love how they stayed the course here. You know, they battle through adversity at times. Look, they take the field goal here to stay in this, to be down 1 score. You know, they keep just battling, and defense has to step up here. It's great to see.
Yeah, and then again, we see this defensive line coming up when it needs to, stopping the running game.
We'll be talking about the defense and how the defense has evolved this entire season. Joe Mixon with a 2-yard loss right there. CJ Uzomah with a 7-yard catch. Final drive, guys. How are we feeling right now?
We're feeling pretty good based on the history of this football team. And again, this young man looking great at the end of football games.
And look, we could talk about not handing the ball off, but that's an extension of the running game.
Oh, yeah.
Passes, and then this dime down the middle. That was the play of this drive. Those two with that connection, 3rd and 17, huge hookup.
3rd and 10, and he fires it to Zay Jones within winning. I can just taste
17
it.
seconds left.
You're right there
4th and goal.
in the red zone and picked off by Jermaine Pratt. 4th and goal.
I'm at a loss of words, man.
That's tough. Oh, that's tough.
Those 3 plays.
Yeah.
I'm going to have nightmares tonight, man. I can't sleep because I know Ole probably wants to have a few back. I know Carr probably. I mean, everyone. You know, you get in that position, man, you have 3 shots.
Yes.
And you're that close. It's just, give them so much credit, though, for staying in this football game when it wasn't ideal, wasn't pretty the whole time, but they battled back.
And it was almost amazing. They were down by only a touchdown. As you take a look at our final game stats, brought to you by Sports Water. I mean, take a look at the time of possession. Halftime, it looked nothing like this. The Bengals were really owning it. And the Raiders, it's kind of like a microcosm of the entire season. They battled through it till the very end of the game. I mean, it came down to the very last play.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what this season has been about. And usually in playoff games, what's going to happen is the playoff game is going to turn into your whole season, basically in a football game. So if you've been in close, tight football games all year long, it's going to wind up like that in the playoff game. It's just unfortunate that one of the big-time players at the end of the ball game, Renfro or Waller, was not able to kind of get a mismatch and kind of dominate that mismatch.
Well, and you look at the red zone, right? We're 1 for 5 in the red zone. Since he's 2 for 5, not much better. But when you go goal to go, we're 0 for 2 since he's 1 for 2. So when you're, you know, first down and goal, man, you got to make touchdowns.
Well, guess what? Darren Waller is joining us after the break. We're going to talk to him about the game and the season as a whole. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The season comes down to this. It is Carr, end zone, intercepted. Jermaine Pratt has it.
The Raiders fall in a heartbreaking loss in Cincy. He was targeted 12 times. He had 7 catches and 76 yards in today's game. Joining us now, Raiders tight end, Darren Waller. Hey, Darren, just like all season long, it was an uphill battle for you guys in this game. But like all season long, it never ended. It came down to the very last play in this game. Describe the fight of this team.
I mean, I feel like we got the best resilience training any team could possibly have this year, just from all the adversity that we faced. There was something that was, you know, a distraction or grabbing at our attention, and we could have folded up and, you know, maybe even justified it in the process just because all the things that were hitting us and all the things that were happening. But we chose to keep pushing through no matter who was in the lineup, no matter who was here. And I'm just very proud of this team and their choice to continue to press on no matter what hit us.
Yeah, so proud of you guys all season long, battling through adversity. I'm telling you, the leadership on this football team, amazing. Talk to us a little bit about what Coach Rich was talking to you about at Game's End.
I mean, Coach Rich was in tears. You know, it had us tearing up, some guys crying. You know, just you could just tell how much he cares. You know, he don't got to speak on it. He don't got to fake it or do nothing extra. You know that he cares about us, and you know, he's just telling us to keep our head high, and that we'll be back in situations like this in the future for sure.
Darren, just so much respect for you and your career so far, man. Everything you have overcome and continue to accomplish as still a young player. You and Carr, talk about that relationship. Huge third down conversion at the end of the game, down the middle, tough catch, perfect ball. You guys continue on that drive. Just talk about your relationship and that final drive.
Yeah, great. I have a great relationship with Derek. He's always picking me up. If he ever sees, you know, the slightest hint of me, you know, being frustrated about a previous play or, you know, just my mind maybe wandering a little bit, but it's always respect and love at the end of the day. You know, over the past couple of weeks, we haven't clicked as often as we usually do, but today to make some big plays in crucial situations was very rewarding, and I'm just, you know, happy to take the field with him any chance that I get.
Darren, it's been an honor to be able to watch what the Raiders have done this season, what they've accomplished adversity-wise. You guys talk about it each and every week. When everybody else discounted you guys, discredited you guys showed up and battle-tested through it all. What is your message to the guys when you come back home and you look towards the off-season?
I would say that, you know, this is a performance-based league. This is a results-based league. But at the same time, it's a journey from year to year when you're trying to build the organization that you want and the success that, like the Raiders have sustained in the 70s, the 80s when they went on Super Bowl runs and created that culture for years. It takes time to build, and I feel like we're headed in that direction. We're not happy with the result by any means. We wanted to go further, but this is something to build upon and to continue to cement the culture of resilience here.
Yeah. Darren, I speak for the guys here. It has been a true privilege to be able to watch you guys accomplish what you accomplished this season, especially with everything you guys had to go through. I know it's not the result you wanted, but congratulations on a huge season, playing in your very first playoff game, and really showing such incredible honor towards the Silver and Black. It's been a lot of fun to watch you guys do your thing this year.
Appreciate it. It's an honor to wear these colors.
Thank you, Darren. So very cool to have Darren Waller join us after the show. Well, how about his coach, Rich Bisaccia, coming up next? Stick around. We're going to hear from Coach after the break.
Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Cox, proud partner of the Las Vegas Raiders. America First Credit Union, the official credit union of the Las Vegas Raiders. Coors Light, an official beer of Raider Nation made to chill. And by Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights. Book now only at Allegiant.com.
Okay, first and foremost, congratulations to Zach and his team today. He's done a tremendous job with his team over the last 2 years, put themselves in this position. And, as far as our team is concerned, I just felt like it's a group of men that really learned how to care for one another, really learned how to compete with relentless effort to the bitter end, day in and day out, improved not only as players but as men. And we just ran out of time today. We did some uncharacteristic things with some penalties and gave up some drives and didn't capitalize when we had it in the red zone at times. And so just didn't go our way today. But can't say enough about the men in that locker room, our team, and the way in which they learned to compete, the way in which they came to work every day, the way in which they expressed their admiration for each other. I think you can see it in the play in which they put on the field.
This segment is about Josh Jacobs, but I want to take some time to talk about Mr. Bisaccia. Interim head coach came in and delivered a team to the postseason for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your takeaway?
I'm so excited about him and what he's been able to do. It's very difficult in these situations to kind of take over a franchise that has been dominated, by Coach Gruden the last 3 or 4 years, and then you come in and you lose, your top wide receiver to a tragedy, and then you find a way to get this football team to kind of buy into your kind of style, like tough, don't worry about the last play, kind of move on. And they did that. They did an incredible job of getting 10 wins under just crazy circumstances. So congratulations to Coach Rich and being a successful head coach.
Yeah.
And he can just communicate so well with the guys. Think about it. A special teams coach, you're communicating with the offensive players, defensive players, so you naturally know the whole team. So when you take over as a head coach, you're fine because you're still talking to both sides. He did a great job allowing Olsen to run the offense, Gus Bradley do the defense. Really good job in his demeanor and everything like that. When I was with him in Tampa, everyone used to say we looked alike. And I was like, come on, Coach, I'm a little better looking. But I was going to grow the goatee out for him. But I love what he has done. But players gravitate towards him. They love him. They know he's genuine. As you heard his press conference, he's worried about the guys right now, like in the season. And, man, that's tough because he sees all the work they put in.
Yeah, and he said the guys care about each other. And you even saw Zay Jones after the game, not this game, but I believe the previous game, whisper to Rich Bisaccia and say, hey, you're doing a good job. So you love that the guys love Coach. Speaking of another guy the team loves, how about Josh Jacobs? This man had 50 rushing yards before contact, averaging 6.25 yards before contact. In the first half, he finished with 127 total yards from scrimmage. What'd you see out of number 28, E?
I saw dominance. I saw someone that you can kind of hitch your team to. and be able to survive. You talk about what he's done these last 3 or 4 weeks, particularly late in the game. Fourth quarter, man, he has made some tremendous, aggressive, powerful runs in the middle of the football field. Love this explosive play by Josh. But I thought Josh, as the season, as the game went on, he got stronger.
Well, I love his explosiveness in the running game, but also in the passing game. Watch when Carr hits him with the check down right here. Watch his burst. Boom, splits the defense, gets vertical. Look at that. 12, 13 yards on the check down.
Yes.
So he's just so dynamic in the run game and the pass game that these are huge plays right here. If you're a running back, please tell you would love to get the ball in space like that instead of, hey, I'm going to hand it to you. Run against those 7 defenders in the box and see what you could do. So I just love the upside to this guy, and he's still young.
And the versatility, because he does a great job in blitz pickup. He can catch the ball at the backfield. Of course, we all know he runs the rock like no other, but it seems like he got healthy towards the latter part of the year, and that makes a total difference with him. And again, I think going forward, we'll have to see him more involved in the red zone packages. So if he's involved in the red zone packages, and it's not all on Derek Carr and the line protecting, you're able at times, just like that second down, when he drove through, they got the penalty, but at some point, you got to go back to Josh, maybe, get him more involved in the red zone package.
Every time you say the red zone, man, I get like these
I know,
flinches, we had so many opportunities.
So many, game
today.
after game after game. And I think going forward, he has to be one of those targets that we continue to kind of find ways to help this football team in the red zone.
Find ways to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, here's Josh after the game at the podium. Take a listen.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely proud of this team just because of how we fought through adversity throughout the whole year. Obviously, it's not how we wanted it to end. I know I'm going to be upset when I watch the film on certain things. But, man, I'm definitely proud of the guys, man. Proud of the perseverance they had all year. Proud of them battling through injuries to play in this game. And, I mean, it just shows what kind of commitment they had to the game and what kind of love they had for the game. So, man, it's definitely been a huge honor for me.
Yeah, battling through injuries. He had that banged-up rib injury. That hurts.
I know.
Playing football with a rib injury. All right, coming up next, Josh's QB, Derek Carr, at the podium. That's next. Stick around.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. And after the 2016 season, especially because I broke my ankle, you know, there was like so much like, oh, we're going to do everything now, you know. And that's fine. But I think we came back a little arrogant. I think we came back a little pompous. And we didn't work the same, you know. And arguably had a more talented team. And so the drive now is to make sure that that doesn't happen. Because I've experienced that. And to make sure that doesn't happen, so we do keep going forward. Now that we've experienced this, you get out there and play, you're like, oh my gosh, this is not different. Like you know, you don't know until you play it, you know, in playoff game. But you get out there and you're like, oh yeah, we can do this. And so you get a taste of it, and I don't know, it did something to my heart, man. I thought I was on fire, but it made me even more I just can't not play in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So we'll make sure that we keep our head on straight. A lot of accolades for a lot of guys this year, and you know, a lot of people are going to pat us on the back and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully we just keep that edge to us, you know, because I think that's the difference in this team than in the past teams I've been on, is that we have an edge to us and a belief in us that we really can do anything. But the Bengals beat us today, and we came up short today.
As this season is won. Where do we want to go? I'm all in on this game now, right? It's the calm before the storm. Fans coming into town. The Raider Nation is here. They're taking over Vegas, and it should be an unbelievable weekend. I can't wait.
3:44, tied at 24. The towels are waving again. It has been a dandy. This will be a 47-yarder. 47-yarder for Justin Tucker. Dead on, Mr. Automatic. 27-24, and the Raiders have 37 seconds. steps up, fires middle, got it, they gotta hurry, the clock is moving, there's Carr, backing up, steps up, gonna fire to the right side, grabs it, they gotta hurry, ball's at the 36-yard line, they gotta hurry, they gotta give Carlson a chance. Here comes Daniel Carlson to see if he can send this game to overtime. Good snap, good hold, kick on its way. Yes, baby, we're tied.
4 quarters are not enough to decide it. Ravens are going to blitz.
Down and 14.
Ravens are going to blitz.
You send Derek Carr back in. And here they come. Blitz is picked up. Jones is open. Jackpot, baby! Vegas touchdown. This time, no doubt. Put it in the W column, baby. This one's over. And a baby.
Now the Raiders are going to have to do it again. They got to win this game. This is one of the games they need to put in the bank because Miami's coming in. They're physical, they're tough, and they're not intimidated by Las Vegas.
A 2-point try for the tie. Brissett throws it. Complete! They've got it to Fuller! We are knotted up at 25 apiece. Step up. Long ball Carr. Got his man! Brian Edwards! Daniel Carlson, who made a 50-yarder, will attempt one from 38 yards away. Carlson for the lead. Straight down the middle. And the Raiders go in front 28-25. Jason Sanders will attempt a 50-yarder. 50-yard attempt on its way. Tie game. 28-28. 2:49 to go in overtime. 15 now from the 20-yard line in a tie game. Protection holds up. Carr launches. Caught! Over the shoulder, Brian Edwards. Mr. Clutch for Las Vegas. Daniel Carlson. 22-yard attempt. Carlson. That's a winner. Viva Las Vegas. The Raiders are 3-0 for the first time in 19 years.
Come on! You already know what it is. Let's win, baby. 3-0, baby. Keep it going. Gotta keep it going.
That's right. The Raiders started the season on a win streak, winning 3 in a row, and you can't help but tip your cap to the consistent play of Mr. Clutch himself, the Iceman, Daniel Carlson, who scored a franchise record-setting 150 points and was named the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week 4 times. It has to be nice that when relied upon, you have a guy that is clutch and confident in Mr. Carlson.
Yeah, he's just been all world for our football team. Just every time we needed him in a difficult, tough spot, and have all those three things work. The protection, the snap, the hold, and the kick, they all have to be great, but Daniel Carlson continues to elevate the game.
You get one chance as a kicker, and you better do it right. So the ice in that man's veins is unbelievable. What a player.
I just want to know, like, does he meditate before the game? Like, how, I need some of that in my life.
He needs something because he can sell it. He'd be a billionaire.
I want to know if it helps with 3 kids at home.
I don't know, but Daniel Carlson's doing something right. All right, coming up, we're going back in time to Thanksgiving Day and reliving what happened in Dallas. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This segment of Raiders Game Day has been brought to you by America First Credit Union, the official credit union of the Las Vegas Raiders.
On Thanksgiving Day, middle of the day, in between the sandwich game where everyone's turning on and say, hey, I know the Raiders and the Cowboys. I wonder how they're going to look. We'll see. We'll see.
Carr puts it in the hands of Renfro. Renfro's out to the 45, still running. He crosses midfield. Got to pick up 20 yards, not necessarily all in one play. There's the play action. Looking, can't find an open man. Now he's got somebody wide open down the middle. Complete. Twisting around is Hunter Renfrow. He is down the 15-yard line. 24 seconds. Here's the kick from 45 for the tie. Zerline delivers. 33 all and headed for overtime. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Barr was looking at it. Now he goes the other side. Down the field to Zay Jones. That's going to generate another flag on Anthony Brown for the 4th time today. He's flagged for pass interference. And the Raiders are in position with that penalty to win the game. They're in field goal range for sure, as both teams have so much on the line with one kick. Here we go, this time for real, and it is delivered. Good. The Raiders win it. Yes. The Raiders come up.
A big Thanksgiving win against the Dallas Cowboys, 36-33. And the big storyline in that game, how about Hunter Renfrow, who had 8 catches, 134 yards in that game. Of course, he set career highs in receiving yards and receptions in a single game against Dallas. Each and every week, it has felt Hunter Renfrow, not just on 3rd down, but just this season alone, has been Mr. Reliable for Derek Carr.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what's cool to see. It wasn't just third and Renfrow. It was every down. I mean, this guy, the confidence Carr had in him, because as a quarterback, you want to know who you're throwing to is going to be at the right spot at the right time. Look at the beautiful ball, and Hunter Renfrow finds ways to just look at the contested catch, DB all over him, gets his feet down. I mean, this guy is special.
Yeah, he's the rave in 7-on-7 because of his jump cut routes.
Yeah.
And in basketball, they have a term, a bucket. Guy can just come in and get you a bucket. I'm not sure. We need some kind of, because he's going to come in and get a catch. 3rd down, 1st down, red zone. I mean, he has really developed into one of the best route running receivers in the National Football League. If this trend continues, I see my man Renfrow getting to the Pro Bowl at some point in his career. I mean, he can continue to excel at these route running. It's unbelievable what he's been able to do so early in his career. I mean, just establish the route running is just really, really A1.
And it's not like he was an All-American at Clemson. Like, he worked his way up at Clemson.
He was a walk-on.
Yeah. So the guy has worked for where he's at today, and it's awesome to see his progress. You know, you talk about the route running ability, you know, the hands, the concentration, the yards after the catch. The guy brings it all, and it was awesome to see the year he had.
Yeah, and to step in for, you know, when Waller wasn't available, obviously losing Ruggs earlier in the season, and this is a guy that has exceeded expectations everywhere he goes. That's right. Coming up next, we're taking a look back at weeks 15 and 16, and we're talking defense.
Hey, win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. Go.
Hey, I mean, we already here. I mean, we here. Let's make it some fun. I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna have some fun?
Hey, it's super simple. After this game, we're gonna come right back here and we're gonna visualize this victory after this game.
Hell yeah.
Hey, let's go, fellas. Hey, Raiders on 3. 1, 2, 3. Right.
So the Browns, for the first time, have a lead. It's 14-13.
Let's go, D.
3rd down and 3. The Raiders are out of timeouts. Chubb's got a blocker, got a cut, and he stopped. He's stopped. The Browns are forced to punt. Terrific play that time by the front, Jonathan Hankins and K.J. Wright.
Pressure coming on 1st down. Carr on the move. Zay Jones has it. Inbounds, clock winds. Under 15 seconds. On comes Daniel Carlson with a chance to win it. This one counts, and the Raiders have won it. Las Vegas is still alive. 16-14 as Carlson hits the game winner.
Well, they pay him the money. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Stadium. It's my first time in Allegiant.
And to Gordon, big hole. No, nice tackle side, nothing doing. And a hand to Gordon to run on that side to the 5, and it was crushed. It was crushed by the Raiders.
Running out of time, and he goes down. Max Crosby.
I went all the way. Bro, you ran 3 miles.
See him on this side. He comes all the way across. Keeps working, keeps working, keeps working. Finally gets to Drew Lock and puts him on the ground.
Good job, y'all. Let's go.
On 3rd and 2, Carr gonna throw it. Lofting it. Wide open. He's got his man. That is Moreau. First down. They're not running the football. They're running a downfield throw to Foster Moreau. 8 and 7. That's the record for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Week 15 was the beginning of a 4-game win streak for Las Vegas. The defense, the big storyline. Specifically, guys, their run defense, of course, holding the Broncos to just 18 rushing yards in Week 16. We do have a graphic to show you just how good this Raiders defense has aged, in fact. And it's evolved throughout
very important.
1 through 14 through the last few weeks. You see right there, Eve.
That is so important for both sides of the ball because you're getting off the field. You're not allowing teams to kind of control the clock by just running the football. That is a drastic improvement, and that's every week just talking about tackling, talking about everyone on defense being involved in a run defense, not just D-line. And the defensive tackles did an amazing job, but again, you got to add that containment from the outside, those corners, safety. Abram in the box playing really, really well before he was injured, but that is incredible to really lean on that run stopping of the defense in weeks 15 to 18.
Well, I think that's a great point. It's not just the D-line that stops the run.
Right.
DBs, like
we can come in there and do a little bit
pretty
too.
boys. You pretty boys got to get involved too, and that just shows that the DBs, safeties, linebackers, everyone, it was a team effort. Everyone doing their job, being in their gaps, doing their assignment. Look, they allowed the least amount of explosive run plays. They were really doing a good job containing the run, and that got the defense off the field, got the offense more opportunities. So it's cool to see the change.
And it's really cool to see how many different guys came in this offseason. You brought in a brand new defensive coordinator in Gus Bradley, and then he was able to do that in the span of a season.
Shout out Mike Mayock.
Mike Mayock. All right, coming up next, we're talking Colts and Chargers. Stick around. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
This segment of Raiders Game Day has been brought to you by U.S. Foods. We help you make it. Raiders Game Day has been brought to you by Twitch. Watch, discover, join in. Modelo, a taste that's pure gold. Brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of the Las Vegas Raiders. And by Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights. Book now only at Allegiant.com.
You figured the Raiders the last few years, there's no doubt about the way they started the season. But now we're here once again. And I want to see Derek Carr because he's won some big games this year. He's pushed the ball downfield. So now I think this is the last piece. Come on, man. We got to win this one. Playoff game.
And now here comes the field goal team for the tie, and it is. We are deadlocked at 20. But this is a perfect time for Derek Carr and the Raiders to win this football game. Carr to throw on first down. Off to Moreau on the right, and Moreau has got 9 yards on that first down pass. A beautiful, positive start. 10, and now the Raiders are up against it. 54 seconds. Deadlocked at 20. Carr back into the gun. Offensive line does a good job. Carr steps away, fires to the right. Got it as Renfro. Renfro down to the 22, gets back up, sprinting for the 10, 5. Jackpot, baby! Raiders strike with 42 seconds to go. Renfro was not touched when he was down, and he dashes on into the end zone.
After review, The runner was down at the 24-yard line. The defender's hand touched his shoe.
To run them out of timeouts and kick that field goal. Right. Here's Jacobs, wraps the ball up.
Simpson. Jacobs.
Colts use their final timeout. This is for the win.
Tied at 20.
Good hold.
This kick is good. Raiders win.
Yes, baby. Jackpot, baby. 23-20.
Good job, boy. Hey, the Iceman.
What an exciting time, for the last game of the season to mean so much for our city and for our organization, to think about where we've come from, to see where we're at today with a chance against a really good football team. It's exciting, and hopefully it's a loud atmosphere. Las Vegas, we need you. It's going to be an exciting time, that's for sure.
We ain't done yet.
Good. Let's go.
Well, Carr's going to look downfield in a throw, and that's going to be at the 42-yard line, Brian Edwards. And now you've got a 3rd down and 8.
Carr looks, goes over to the left-hand side, and Zay Jones makes a heck of a grab for the 1st down, and it's in Charger territory. Bring that down.
Take the final time or take a timeout.
The Raiders have won 5 games on the final play this year. Remember that. That's the most. That's the most since the merger more than 50 years ago. And they are closing in on number 6. A little 47-yarder. Jackpot, baby! Let's go to Cincinnati! Yeah, baby! 5 walk-off field goals for Daniel Carlson this year. 6 final play wins. Oh my, the celebration is...
Oh yeah, welcome back into Raiders Game Day. EC, Bruce, EA back with you as the Raiders unfortunately didn't pull off a win in the wild card, but you saw how the season ended, the regular season ended against the Chargers. No one saw it coming, no one knew. 4 in a row for us to be able to go to the postseason. And last segment of the show, guys, I mean, as we put a cap to the season, a cap to the show, I mean, what stands out to you is...
First of all, beat the Chargers. Oh, man, I just love that. Just kick them out of the playoffs, right? All that hype about their football team. Congratulations to this team again. We talked about it so many times. Resilient, overcoming adversity, all those things. Both sides of the ball, making big-time plays. You love the leadership of this team. They're going to make it very difficult if there's another coach that comes in here, very difficult to repeat what my man Coach Rich has done.
I just love the mental toughness of this group. I mean, when you have to win your last month of this season, 4 games in a row, just to get in. Yeah. And you have to beat a Justin Herbert. You got to beat a good Colts football team. I mean, it was impressive. And my hat's off to this football team, but staying the course, staying mentally tough, finishing strong. Look, they played a good football team in Cincinnati today. Unfortunately, we didn't come out on top.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we didn't get further in the postseason, but this season has been ups and downs, roller coaster. I know for me, even personally, and I have to say, I think we made John Madden proud.
Oh, for sure. It's been a historic season in all types of ways.
Raider Nation, it really has been an absolute honor. Thank you so much for watching us each and every week. For Bruce, EA, I'm Erin.